This is my first time in Israel. I'm very happy to be here. I've been trying to get here for quite some time. So let me just, there we go. I have to have proof that I was here. Dynamite. So I am Tim Davis, and we are going to talk about how to be lazy. I know it says tag you're it, but we're going to talk about a really, really simple thing that can help you be lazy, which is great because I love that personally. So what is tagging? You've probably heard it. Some of you may be doing it. Some of you may not be doing it. You know, who knows? But really, it boils down to one thing. It's just a filter. That's all it is. It's not some crazy complex topic. It's not something you have to deploy. It's not something you generally have to manage, at least to a huge degree. But it's something that can help you out quite a bit with what you're trying to do. I'm sure you've seen it somewhere in your cloud environments before. If you go through and deploy anything anywhere, you probably clicked straight past this. But really, all it is just key value. It just allows you to say, this is the type of thing that I want to, organize by, and this is the actual piece. So if you have like what environment, production, what environment, staging, it just kind of allows you to set what type of object it is, organizationally, whose object it is, who owns it. At the end of the day, it allows you to have better organization of your resources, and it'll allow you to answer a lot of questions, be able to run a lot of reports, be able to run certain automations. It does so many things with really not a lot of work, because all you're doing is putting a key and a value on it. And at scale, if you've set up yourself in the beginning, do a little bit more work today, tomorrow's going to be a lot easier. So why should you care? And really, make your life easier by making a lot of other people's lives easier. I don't know if anybody here has been yelled at by finance at the end of the month for going over on the cloud bill, because I know that I absolutely have. I don't know if anybody's been complained at by security because you deployed something into production that didn't have the right security group on it or something like that. And of course, if anybody here has any middle managers who absolutely have to justify their job in some way, shape, or form by running a million reports, you can absolutely help all these people by using resource tagging. Going through and setting your environments up of who owns what application is running on this stack, what have you. You can actually go through and be able to better organize, run financial reports, run security reports, run automation that if something is ever deployed with a specific tag on it, it's automatically going to get a specific security group applied to it. So it can really help you to kind of put everything together and make sure that whatever you're putting out the door is already set to go so that you can run your reports, make sure you're not spending too much, make sure that people are justifying their jobs, make sure that it's secure, all with just a little bit of work on the front end. So you like easy, but how? You've already got so much stuff deployed out there. If you haven't started tagging today, there really is kind of a way of going about it. You have to get organized. With DevOps, we all know at this point, people, process, and tooling, if you don't have all three of those, you're not necessarily going to have the best of times. So you really have to make sure that you're creating a tagging process, that you're using the right tool sets to help, that people are following it, that there's the process, the procedure, and everything like that. Otherwise, it's not really going to be as easy. But it's really difficult to kind of get from where you want to be from where you are. And with that, it really is a marathon, not a sprint. So how do we get there without having to kind of, go all the way through, go super fast, get overwhelmed or cause problems? And really, baby steps. That's all it is. Just take one step today and start tagging every single thing that goes out the door from today on. Good. Done. Everything new from now on gets tagged. No problem. Now you've got a little bit of a backlog of stuff that you need to work through, and that's easy. As long as you start tagging stuff today, you're not going to add to that backlog. That pool of resources is not going to get bigger. It's not going to cause any more problems. At that point, you can kind of work through that and, like I said, baby steps. Start big. Just tag everything in production with production. Tag everything with staging and QA and dev and everything the way that they're supposed to be. Then maybe make that circle a little bit smaller. Go through, tag all your web servers, tag all your app servers, tag all your, database servers and all that. Just kind of make those circles a little bit smaller so that you can slowly work through that. And then you don't have any more problems. And you're not adding to it because you've already started tagging today. Of course, that means you do have to kind of decide what your strategy is going to be. So you have to know what you're going to tag, how you're going to tag, and things like that. But you kind of want it to be even easier than that, because we are trying to be lazy, aren't we? There are a lot of great tools out there that can help you do this the easy way. Going through using like TerraTag for Terraform stuff, Your by Bridgecrew for that. If you're using Azure, then you can go through and utilize PowerShell for that. If you're using VMware stuff, PowerCLI allows you to do tagging. If you're doing infrastructure as code like Terraform and AWS, then there's a native tagging provider built right into that. So there's lots of ways that you can be lazy. It's going to take a little bit of work today, but that'll let you go through and be easier at that. Questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, feel free to follow me on Twitter, and thanks for your time.